Pennsylvania, we were trying to balance the protecting lives and protecting livelihoods.
Yeah.
And it was a difficult balance. Of course, I've had people in my family die from COVID, but I met people that lost their livelihood. It was horrendous. I mean, people seem to forget how terrible that was overall. But for me, you know, it never really made sense that it came from a wet market.
Right.
But you have this lab, and if people are cowed into, or they're afraid to just say that, you know, being marginalized or call a name, and I think that's dangerous, and that stopped us from getting to more and having a better conversation of where did this scourge come from?
Here's what I don't get, Senator. It didn't discourage the president from calling it the China virus, right? And he made plenty of suggestions, and the right was fine with that. What I don't get is, why have regret about whether or not it came from the lab when you don't know what that even means? Who made it in the lab? Do you have any reason to believe that anything that America funded on Fauci's watch or otherwise could have even possibly led to it? Have you ever heard anybody ask any questions in any of these hearings about what China was doing?
What I'm saying, that it's like, where could it have came from for the first year throughout 2020 into 21? Right. That was a full, you know, far right kinds of conspiracy thing, and that was roundly denounced or described.
Right, but their point was, John, it was China, because he was calling it the China virus. He wasn't calling it the America virus or the Fauci virus. So obviously, their curiosity was, are we shielding China? But now it's apparently, to me, unless I missed it today, they seem to think that America created COVID-19. Do you not get that suggestion?
What I'm saying to you is that people squared up and it became partisan, and now that really stopped us from finding the truth in it. You know, how it came from, you know, we were just trying to blame the other side or whatever. Now, like you had those quotes, Trump described that as just a flu that was going to go away, and that's just not true. It killed over 1 million people. And now, like, what was the right balance between protecting lives and protecting livelihood and the massive economy, the waste, and now the fraud for all the aid for COVID? And now it was an absolute disaster. So, you know, anything looks better in 2020, but overall for me, that's one thing. Now, I felt that there has to be more to a story rather than it just came from someone eating a bat or whatever that they found in that market. So that stopped, and that took a long time for that truth to really emerge, where more and more people, more serious people, right, you know, that now are willing to entertain that it came from a lab, and where did that come from specifically, and how did it get released? And we're never going to get a real straight answer from China overall. Of course, then that means that they should be held accountable for. Yeah,
certainly before Tony Fauci. That's my point. And look, I'm transparent. I like Tony Fauci. I was proud of what I saw of him during there. Were there mistakes? Of course. Are some of them on him? Of course. But we both know it's the first time, and it should have been never, that a white coat went out and became the main messaging agent for the American presidency. All right, that was a mistake that Trump started and Biden continued. But look, we are where we are. I'm just saying, do you have any degree of confidence that that committee or any congressional committee is going to get anything near an answer that helps us prepare for the next time?
Well, no, I mean, it's not coming out of our committee because it was pretty too much. It was all politics. Yeah. And no, I do think it's entirely appropriate to really hold Fauci accountable, but I don't think it's really appropriate to pound an 85-year-old man 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes just to try to humiliate the guy. You know, I didn't really appreciate. He does seem like he was a little fixated on his own fame. That wasn't like his best look. But overall, at some point, hey, it was excessive, you know. And it's like, is it really necessary to force the dude to say, you know, fifth, you know, 111 times? Those aren't great optics.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.